How did it evolve from doing deals on the MLS to then, I'm assuming you went direct mail method as well, right? Had to
Yeah.
go from one
So
to the other.
yeah. So from when I started 2012 to like about 2017, maybe beginning of 2018, was pretty much all MLS. I had done some direct mail, but that's about it. I had probably done a couple deals of direct mail throughout the years. It was really all MLS. But at 2017, something happened,
Yeah.
and what happened was these hedge funds came in.
All right.
Foreclosures stopped or
Mhm.
stopped as much. Short sales stopped as much as it was happening. People had equity in their homes again. People had money again. So every time I'd do my offers in the morning, I'd do a hot sheet. So wherever you're from, I'm sure if you go on the MLS, you could put together a little hot sheet, is what they call
Totally.
it.
Yep.
And every day I
We
would
still
do that.
use that, by the way. We still do that, believe it or not, even though it's hard to find deals. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would do Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. was when I would do my hot sheet before the gym. And every time I'd open the hot sheet, there would be like between 350 to 500 properties.
Mm-hmm.
But then in 2017, 2018, when I do the hot sheet, there was like 18 properties.
Ooh.
So our listings, so my opportunities went from here to here. And we went from doing like 7 deals a month on the MLS to doing like 1.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a huge change in income, lifestyle, et
Sure
cetera.
is. Yeah.
And the humble mistake I made was I kept banging my head in the wall trying to figure out the MLS. But it wasn't until that point that I'm like, okay, I have this whole team, myself and bills and stuff supporting at this income level, lifestyle level that we're used to, but that's not the case here.
Right.
So at that moment was when I was like, okay, I have to shift. And so then I just started going to masterminds and events and talking to people who were doing off-market deals, which is direct mail, Google ads, text messaging, cold calling, like all that stuff. And just taking people out to lunch and coffee and learning. I had already a lot of deals under my belt, so I understood the game, but I didn't I was like a third grader for the off-market thing compared to these people that
Right.
were elite universities, for example. And so just like learning from them and the necessity, at that point I couldn't support my team, myself with 1 deal a month. So that was a necessity. And then I just started learning from people and made a bunch of mistakes. First year was rough. Second year was a little better. Third year was good, and so forth.
And the marketing gets expensive, as you know, depending on what you're doing, whether you're doing a PPC, which is pretty pricey per click there. I do remember, so let's go back to like 2012, 2013, when I was first in a mastermind group, and the average cost per deal was like, $1,500. Then it went to $2,500. Now I'm talking to people, the average cost per deal is almost $5,000 on average for people. Like, it's really gotten expensive. Find deals now. On the bright side is your margins are better. You're making bigger spreads on them. So that's a big positive as well. But the costs have definitely gone up. But, your back was up against the wall there. It made you look at different things, right? And that's what we do as an investor in this business. We can get lazy and complacent. We're used to doing the same thing all the time, but we got to adjust, and you adjusted. There was a punch, you counterpunched, right?
Yeah.
And you found a different way to do it, and you keep going. And it's going to hit us again. We're going to have different changes in the economy. It's going to shift. And guess what? It'll go back to where there's more deals on the MLS down the road. Who knows when that'll be, but there will be a time when that happens. The foreclosures will heat up again a little bit more, and there'll be more opportunities. So then you'll have 2 tools in your tool belt to be able to do, right? So you're going to have potentially more deals than you know what to do with, which would be a great problem.
Yeah, no, I'm sitting back and I'm kind of like waiting for the listings to rise or whatever happens, whether it's foreclosures, whether it's whatever. I'm waiting because, all my MLS systems, I have them on my Google Drive, like they're dialed in. I know we've done it before. So, it's just a lesson learned, man. It happens. Just like you said, things change. You have to pivot. My mistake, I probably could have pivoted sooner, but I was hard-headed, and, but it is what it is. It was a very awakening moment. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, and it's a good thing for anybody in business. You need to go through tough times to figure out a way to get out the other side there and see the light at the end of the tunnel. So super, super important.